And that was the start for the project. I showed them how these directors came from idea to script. And I told them the first 3 scenes of the story, and then gave them the 4th scene, the scene where David all of a sudden doesn't want to drink up his friend's bottle anymore. Because that scene could be placed anywhere on the street or in the woods or whatever. And there is just a little intimacy at the beginning when the 2 boys are speaking, the 2 gay boys are speaking. And so they could decide how intimate they would want to make that moment, the starting moment. Whether they would touch or not, that was their choice. And that's where, when they were in groups and they had to come up with an idea for the scene, they had the text, but now they had to translate it into images. And that already was the start of the discussion, like what do you do? Because apart from who's going to play the part, is what do you want to show to make clear that there is intimacy between these boys, that the theme is what it's all about. And so they went off with that, they filmed the scene and later they edited the scene. Then the week after, of course when we looked at the editing, we discussed on technical points what they did. And then the next class, there was the material that Laszlo and Dylan shot in their original film. And we got the shots, and our students started editing the original shots, which of course is ideal because their own material, if you shoot your own shots and you don't have the right change of framing or whatever, it's hard to edit so that it's a good scene. But now with the professional material, you had all the ingredients you needed. Now the choices were even harder because you have so many good shots. Why do you choose for that one and not this one, or where do you cut? And it all it makes such a difference in how the scene is coming across. So that's what they did then, and we watched their editing then. And then we had I had the questionnaire afterwards on how they experienced the whole project, how working with film this way was helping them in getting acquainted with the subject and how they formed their opinion, all these things like that. And I asked them to be personal. It was anonymous. And I also asked them to describe the process of the group, because of course it depends on who you're in the group with, and if you felt safe enough to discuss it, if you were able to tell that you dislike seeing 2 boys or 2 girls kissing, things like that. And they were very frank and open about that. And I said that before. Some of them said that they really understood now how hard it is to be able to tell that you're gay at that age, especially. So there was more understanding afterwards. And they felt like working the subject this way, with being active in filmmaking, was for them a far better way than just discussing it theoretically in a political science subject or whatever.
So what we can see is a kind of a strategy.
Yeah. You
use art in making a film themselves, and that the subject was the second step, but the first step was making a film.
Yeah.
And
they got lost on that, but in the meantime they had to be
It's always
involved.
a kind of story you
Yes.
have to tell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to thank you. I'd like to ask some reactions of, especially from teachers also, who see the film for the first time.
It's the second time for me.
Okay, no reaction. Tineke, would you use this film in your classroom, and why not? Why or why not?
Yeah, I think it's a very good film, but
it is a short film, so you can a short period, so you the message is very clear. What you say about the bottle, that I thought it was very good because there is a kind of distance, and then how between the two boys, because he feels something and he finds it very hard to react on thing he feels, and he's doing that by putting the thing. Yeah, I think it's, and what you say about dealing with the subject, I think that's very good to do it this way, because they are practical and not theoretical, and I think that's very important for children to work with film in that way and with this kind of...
it's not so explicit, but
no.
it's still there. And
but yet you have to deal with it.
You have to discuss with each other, so you learn about other opinions as well.
And what you say about the questions and it is anonymous, I think that is very good.
Yeah, it's very important. Yeah.
And about the groups, the resistance of what a group can do, what you see in the film, I think, yes.
And the best part for me of the film is that you didn't choose the gay boy as the main character.
Yeah.
You chose the friend, and that, I think that makes every difference.
The perspective of the main character.
And that he said to him, you're sissy, or you're a fag. I think that's great. That you turn it the other way around. Yeah.
I have a question to Lars and Willem. When you make this story and you're making the film, what kind of criteria, you did know it was a film you will be used in education? Yeah. Were there scenes or dialogues you didn't use, or your...
Well, we thought it would be a good idea to have the different perspectives from all the different opinions in the classroom in the film. So you have the hostility and also the friendship, and also the two because girls are more likely to be the first ones to side with a gay boy in the classroom as a best friend or fag, hag kind of type, but not all girls. Some girls are really defensive. So we thought different characters could resonate all the voices that we learned that were in the classroom, but since it's a short story, we choose the perspective of the heterosexual guy and more the friendship that's strained along the way. But we had several more scenes thought of, but then we had to leave them. I talked to Franca, we had the parent roles, we had the school situations, but then we said we have to focus on the peer pressure and the friendship.
Okay,
and
that's the main issue.
Because when you're a teenager, you focus on the people around you at your own age, and not the So that was one of the things we decided to leave in the scenario.
Thank you. I have to be sure because we have another. Massimo.
I was impressed by the aura created by the movie. This quite mystical aura of silence, of colors. Probably the colors are not.
But we understand what you mean. The atmosphere.
Silence, and the music is also solemn and under skin. That's very good. The title means, I believe, imprisoned, caged. Cage, en français, cage is prison. They play football in a prison. There is a erotical aura from the beginning who surrounds teenagers and sport. This kind of contact of intimacy, but we don't know how far this intimacy may go. And on the other side there is the not sissy, but the gay-looking boy. And this movie, I think, has a good, very good, excellent balance between esplicito and implicito.
Can you imagine that this film is shown in Italian schools?
Yeah,
of
course.
No problem?
No problem.
Okay,
no.
that's good to hear.
It is very noble and it's very for us also the Dutch boys are something that is very, very clean, very,
Yeah,
very,
exactly.
there is a charm.
Charm,
But I find excellent a balance between explicito and implicito.
Thank you. Two last reactions, Lotte?
The Dutch title is outspoken. Why did you translate it to caged?
Outspoken,
Yeah.
yes, outspoken.
Yeah, but in
Yeah.
Dutch it has several meanings. In Dutch the title is uitgesproken, which translates a bit to outspoken, and it goes for both the gay character and the heterosexual friend, that they both have to voice their own opinion. One has to come out, but the other one also doesn't say in the group or questions his friend about his sexuality. So they both have to learn to get away from the group and speak for themselves.
So cage means not
Yeah,
imprisoned.
then we
For
just
the English title, we
Yeah.
chose caged, because the metaphor of the cage was already there, and not by accident. Or not by accident we put the cage in there, because it's also in Dutch. You call it hokjesdenk. It's like all these little hokjes, all these little cages. What people think.
Labels.
And
Television.
yeah, and you have the